I said earlier that when you have equations and you have denominators, you need to clear them out. You do that by multiplying by, hopefully, the LCD. So since this, we're solving rational equations, that means we're going to have denominators all over the place. So in the first one, I have a denominator of 6x here and x here. The one thing that both of those will go into would be 6x. So I'm going to multiply the left-hand side by 6x and the right-hand side. So if I multiply this first term by 6x, I have x plus 2 come out of that. 6x times 1 will give me a plus 6x. X will go into 6x 6 times, so I've got 6 times x minus 7. So let's clean this up. Let me see, combine like terms. I guess I could have done that a little bit earlier, but I felt like distributing, so I did it. So subtract x, or 6x from both sides, I get x. Subtract 2, I get negative 44. You do need to check to make sure you do not have an extraneous solution, because it's a possibility. So let me store my negative 44. Wish I could get a better picture of that. Well, I'll store negative 44. And let me scoot this back up so I can see my original. So parentheses x plus 2 divided by parentheses 6x plus 1. So that's my left-hand side. My right-hand side, parentheses x minus 7, divided by parentheses x. Since they come out to be the same thing, that means they are equivalent. That means this is my correct answer. Now, the next problem. I see a denominator d minus 7 in 2 locations and 8. So I need a combination of those. My LCD on this one will be 8 times d minus 7. Because all my denominators down here have to go into my common denominator. And I've got to do the same thing to both sides. So when I go this times my first one, my d minus 7's cancel, so I have 8 times 7, so I've got 56. Then this times my second one on this side, the 8's would cancel, so I'd have a minus 7 times d minus 7. On this side, the d minus 7 will cancel, so I've got an 8d. So I've got parentheses, let me distribute. So 56 plus 49, let's see, 15, is that 105? Add 7d. I've got my calculator to my side. So 105 divided by 15, I get 7. Now I need to check it. But now notice what happens. If I put that in the very first one, I have 7 over 0. That's not a possibility. This is called an extraneous solution. Since it's my only one, I'll just have to say there's no real solution. This is why you always have to check, because if your answer makes the original equation one or more denominators equal to 0, can't use it. Let me look at the next one. I see c plus 3, c minus 3, and then a difference of perfect squares. So let me factor. I'll squiggle that out. I don't need to worry about that anymore. My LCD on this will be a combination of these two, which is what I've got over here. So c plus 3, c minus 3, got to multiply this side, and I've got to also multiply this side. On this side, the c plus 3's would eliminate for that first fraction, leaving me 2 times c minus 3, minus the c minus 3's would eliminate here, so I'd have 1 parentheses c plus 3. Oh, this is nice. The c plus 3 and c minus 3 both cancel on this side, so I have 10. So let me distribute 2c minus 6 minus c minus 3 is equal to 10. Combine like terms, I've got c minus 9 is equal to 10, or c equals 19. Let's see. Again, running out of space. I'll clear that off. Pooh. C equals 19. So 19, store in. I'm going to do alpha, and c is right here. You can still use x, but I just wanted to be different. So parentheses 2 divided by parentheses alpha c plus 3 in parentheses minus parentheses 1 divided by alpha c minus 3. So that'd be the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, I've got parentheses 10 divided by parentheses alpha c squared minus 9. And let's hope that it comes out to be the same. Yay! Okay. So I'm going to circle and I'm going to check to show that I did check it. Don't check something that you haven't checked. So I'd rather do it by calculator because it's a little bit quicker. Now in this problem, I need you to notice in the other prior problems, I had 2 terms here, 1 term here, 2 terms, 1 term, 2 terms, 1 term. But in this one, I've got 1 term equals 1 term, or a fraction equaling a fraction. One of the quickest ways to do this one, not by getting a common denominator, but by cross multiplying. So I'm going to go 5 times 3n minus 4. Hopefully you remember cross multiplication. Distribute. So get my n's to the same side. So I'm going to have 19n is equal to, add 20. So n is equal to 18/19. Well, let's check. 18 divided by 19, store in 4. I'm just going to use x this time. And wherever I have n up here, I'm going to put x. So parentheses 5 divided by parentheses 2x plus 1. See what that equals. In parentheses negative 2 divided by parentheses 3x minus 4. That's another go. I'm going to circle, I'm going to check, and that will be it for solving rational equations.